Hello, Brighton families, and a special hello to all the fifth graders who may be watching. My name is Rob Thomas, and I'd like to thank you for viewing this presentation to learn a little bit more about our middle school. I would never have thought in a million years we would be presenting our incoming class orientation in this manner, but there's a first for everything, I guess. I take a lot of pride in being part of this school and this community, and while you may know I am retiring at the end of this year, I am leaving with a lifetime full of great memories. I was a K-12 student in Brighton, as were my 6 brothers and sisters, my 3 children, 2 nieces, and even my dad went to Brighton. He was an entering kindergartner in 1931. In fact, he was actually a student in this building when it was the K-12 school in Brighton. And while I won't get a chance to be with you next year, I know I'm leaving you in extremely capable hands. Mrs. Jacob has been in Brighton for many years, first as a high school assistant principal, and now with us at TCMS. She works primarily with the 6th graders and is overseeing your transition to the middle school. Dr. Malloy has been the assistant principal here since 2008 and started here as a social studies teacher many years before that. He is instrumental in scheduling your classes and building our master schedule for the entire school. Our school is a nationally recognized essential elements schools to watch and has been since 2006. We are actually up for redesignation this coming year. The mission of 12 Corners Middle School is to provide a purposeful, standards-focused program filled with rich experiences designed to meet the intellectual, social, emotional, and physical needs of each student in a safe and supportive learning environment. The Schools to Watch program is founded on the research-based 7 essential elements of what a middle school should endeavor to achieve. And thanks to our great students, staff, and families, we have been able to, but we always are trying to get better. And a lot of people go into this work. Along with all of your teachers, we have 4 school counselors who will be working to educate and support your child for the next 3 years. Our school psychologist, social worker, and family navigator are also key members of the support team, as are our 2 school nurses. Mike and Joe, our security guards, help keep us safe and will be the first people you see as you enter the building each day. Mr. Luce is our head custodian and is one of the most important and helpful people I know. Last year, he was recognized for his outstanding commitment to our community with the PTSA Honorary Life Membership Award, a very deserving recipient. And when it comes to school safety, we know it starts with having students make positive connections with each other and their teachers. Being a member of a class, group, team, club, or special activity is a great way to foster those connections. Demonstrating the 5 Brighton Believes character traits, but also learning from the mistakes that can happen as a young adolescent also helps keep us safe. We celebrate our differences and are stronger because of them at 12 Corners Middle School. The flags of the atrium, which represent the birth nations of each of our students, is one visual reminder of our diversity that we see every day, and they represent over 70 countries to date, and we are still growing. We carefully review the Dignity for All Students Act with our teachers and students. We investigate all reports of hurtful comments and behavior. The way we act towards each other may be the most important expectation we have in the middle school, and all of our staff are here to help. Always being in a supervised setting and having Joe and Mike controlling access to our building adds to our safety. We also practice our emergency response drills throughout the year, just like FRES, in the unlikely event of an emergency. Parking is extremely limited at the middle school, and the drop-off and pickup times are very busy around our congested 12 Corners intersections. We all need to exercise patience, leave ourselves plenty of time in the morning and afternoon, follow the directions of the security staff, drive slowly, and watch out for the sometimes unpredictable behavior of our students. We have walkers, bikers, buses, and cars all converging in the same area, so please be careful. I am very appreciative of all the support we receive from the Brighton PTSA. This year, Wendy Dom, Heather Gorlick, and Denise Katalik helped us through a year like no other. Denise is graduating to the high school next year, but Wendy and Heather are continuing on, so we need one new rep preferably one of you. Our PTSA finds more and more ways to support students, teachers, and families each year. They act as a great liaison between school and home and can answer so many of your questions or find someone who can. I meet with them regularly and find this time to be very helpful as we work together to support our students. Please volunteer and consider being our new building chair. We want to hear from you and value every way in which we communicate. The PTSA calendar has tons of valuable information, as does the student planner each child will receive in the fall. I send a weekly e-news each Friday with news about recent events and what we have to look forward to. Our website has valuable information at bcsd.org, and a phone call or email is always welcome. School Tool, through Parent Portal and Schoology, help you monitor the work your children are doing, and in the fall, we will make sure you all have access. One communication tool students don't need is a cell phone. We have phones in every room and office if your child ever needs to reach you or you need to reach your child. In fact, if a child brings a cell phone to school, it needs to be locked up in their locker from homeroom through the end of school till dismissal. This policy has dramatically reduced distractions and has minimized student conflicts. There aren't many days that go by when a cell phone isn't lost, and while we usually find them, the safest bet is to leave them at home. Our school day starts with arrival at 7:05 a.m. Buses begin to drop students off on the Winton Road side of the building. Walkers and bikers arrive and parents begin to drop off. We ask that no one arrive before 7:05 so that we are certain all of our supervisors are in place. From 7:05 until 7:35, students wait in the atrium, cafeteria, or gymnasium. And if you don't take the bus, you only need to arrive early enough to get to homeroom, which starts at 7:45. At 7:35, students go to their lockers to store their coats, hats, bags, and cell phones if they brought one, and grab any materials they will need for their morning classes. Each student is given a lock, and while they may decorate the inside of their lockers, they need to be able to clean it up at the end of the year too, so be careful with all the decorations. Some students like to add a shelf, but I recommend only one, because if you stack shelves, it creates less room for winter jackets and backpacks, which eventually will cause jams. As I mentioned before, homeroom begins at 7:45 a.m. and is only 6 minutes long. Here, students may say the pledge and quietly watch the morning show, produced and anchored by our own students. At the same time, your teachers will be taking attendance. It's a great time to get settled in for the day and think about everything ahead of you. After homeroom, our daily schedule is broken up into 8 instructional periods, a lunch period, and a win period, which stands for What I Need. Many classes are 2 periods long, while other classes are a single period. Some classes meet every day, while others meet every other day. Some classes meet for the entire year, while others meet for only one semester. This sample schedule gives you a better idea of the time and frequency of the classes in 6th grade. When a class meets for 2 periods, we call it a block. When they meet for 1 period, we call it a skinny. The win period at the end of the day is a time when students go back to their homeroom, but they also may go see another teacher that they need to work with. A teacher may also ask to see a child during this time. This period creates a lot of opportunities for getting extra help, a jump on homework, working on a project, using the library, or reading a book. English, math, science, and social studies are considered our core classes and make up about half of your day. They are team-based. Art, music, band, chorus, orchestra, physical education, extended studies, and family and consumer sciences are non-core courses, meaning that they are mixed with students from all 3 teams. Mrs. Jacob and the French Road staff have been working on the transition and building 3 well-balanced teams for 6th grade next year. Sometimes students worry about which team they are on, but please remember, only half of your day is spent in team. So even if a friend isn't on your team, they could very well be in a non-core class with you. Conversely, you could be on the same team as your friend, but not be in any of the same classes because there are multiple sections of each core class on your team. While we receive and appreciate any information about your child's learning needs and strengths, we can't honor specific teacher and friend requests. Between each class, there is a 3-minute passing time. Unlike FRES, you won't line up and head to the next class because you will all be heading in different directions to different classes. It may seem daunting at first, but please know that teachers and our TCMS Strong mentors will be there to help direct you to your rooms, and no one is going to be in trouble for being late to class early in the year. It won't take long for you to learn the easiest way to get from one point to the next, and I'm guessing you will have a lot of fun as you walk safely through the building with your friends. Lunch is another time during the day where you will have fun sitting with whomever you like, and as long as you stay in one place, keep the noise down, and clean up after yourself, you will have a great time. Like FRES, we support the Zero Waste Initiative and have plenty of places to recycle. There are microwaves where you can reheat your food, a water bottle filling station, and even vending machines. Our cafeteria was renovated this year and has tons of seating options and great service thanks to our cafeteria staff. After school is another fun time when you can see a teacher, join a club, or pursue other interests. Remember, you can only stay after if you are in a supervised setting. Be sure to check out the club listing on our website. And when you are done with the day or your after-school activities, it's time to head home. Our first bus run leaves at 2:55 from the same place where you were dropped off in the morning. Be sure to know your bus number, as they park in a different order sometimes. Our second bus run is called the late bus and will only have 1 or 2 buses. Their routes are different than your before and after school routes, and they drop students off at the main corners of your neighborhood to save time. We will help you learn which late bus to take and where it will drop you off early in the school year. Students, whether you get picked up, ride the bus, walk, or ride a bike, make sure your family knows the after-school plan. And if the plan changes, call home. There is nothing worse than having the bus that takes your child home every day not show up with your child because your child decided to go to a friend's house instead. Remember, we have phones in every room and office, so call home when plans change. Also, if you have permission from your family to go to 12 Corners after school, make sure your behavior there is what your family would expect. I have seen many good kids behave badly because they are not supervised and fall in with a peer that made a poor decision. Also, once you leave school, you are not allowed to come back on campus without a parent unless it is an emergency. Always be sure to demonstrate good character in all the places in and around 12 Corners. Character that you will be proud of, your family will be proud of, no matter where you are. Along with our regular school day and after-school programs, there are a lot of special events for 6th graders. One of the most memorable each year is the outdoor education experience. Outdoor education is a 2-day overnight experience all 6th graders participate in with their team, teachers, and any adults from home that can join us. It is a way to quickly meet your teachers, bond with your classmates, and learn about what we feel is most important at the middle school, while enjoying the great outdoors at the Rush Rotary Sunshine Camp. We will give you a lot more information about this program before school starts and during the 6th grade orientation on September 1st, but the dates this year are September 17th and 18th, 21st and 22nd, and 24th and 25th for each of the 3 teams. There are a number of ways we can modify this experience for the individual needs of your child. So as the trip nears, please let us know if we can help with anything, because we want every child to be part of this important team building experience. Please mark your calendars with these dates. We had asked families to verify course selections by May 1st, so if you haven't checked this list on Parent Portal yet, please do so. No requests for course changes can be made after June 1st. An up-to-date supply list will also be available on June 1st on our website, so you can get a jump on any school supply deals. On August 16th, Team announcements and schedules will be available to view on Parent Portal. If you need help accessing your account, please email us. On September 1st, we will host the 6th grade orientation from 9 a.m. until noon. This program is run by our 8th grade TCMS Strong mentors and supervised by teachers, counselors, and administrators for the incoming class. After dropping off your child, parents are also invited to an orientation in the auditorium from 9:15 to 10 a.m. to get more information about the start of school and the outdoor education program. On September 3rd, we will be hosting the postponed 5th grade crossover activity night at TCMS from 7 to 8:30 p.m. This is the one we had hoped to host next month and gives the class a chance to have some fun before the year begins. September 9th is the first day of school for students and the latest start we've had in a long time. Hopefully, we will all be back in the building safely with any of the necessary precautions in place. And finally, parents are invited back to school on the evening of October 1st for the TCMS Open House. This event gives parents an opportunity to meet all of your child's teachers and learn about the courses they are taking. Well, I've certainly talked long enough. I've written responses to the questions I received Wednesday night, but please feel free to email me with any more questions. I wish you all the best as you finish up your year at FRES and hope that you're able to stay healthy until we get to see you in the fall. Thank you.